Alright, what's up everybody? Finally back with something new for your viewing pleasure. Today, and I've been running this for about 2-3 weeks now, I've got the Lost Vape, come on, Orion Q. It's a little bitty, small version of their pod mod, is what they're calling it. 2 mil capacity, top fill, screw the little cap off, top fill, airflow right there, adjustable, just twist it, and it turns really easy. This is a really cool looking device, and for the pod user, see the little switch on the side, pull the switch down and the pod rocks off. Goes like that. Got little tabs, stick it back in the hole and snaps right in. These are 1 ohm coils, and this one's about shot. Like I said, I've been playing with it for a little while and it does work pretty well. I'm not really a pod user. I'm more of a sub-ohm, or not really sub-ohm tank. Everything I use is rebuildable on a daily basis. But for the person that's trying to get away from tobacco, I think this would be a great device. It's small. I mean, there it is next to my big old head. And it feels really good. This right here is actually textured. It's not just made to look like carbon fiber. It actually has a texture to it. You can feel the weave in it. All in all, I was pretty impressed with this little thing. And like I said, I'm not a pod, I'm not a mouth to lung user anymore, so it doesn't really fit my style of vaping. I have a friend who may be able to use it. They sent me another pod for it, because my kit did not come with the pods. And that's kind of a peeve for me. If you're going to make something proprietary, if you're going to make something where only your stuff will work, you should provide at least one, in my opinion. I think that's a little bit of a money grab from Lost Vape. Now, I've looked around for these since I won it in a Facebook contest, but I've looked around at them just to kind of get an idea of what they sell for, and it seems like I'm seeing in the kits now that they are providing one pod, which one's fine. I mean, that gives you an idea of whether you're going to like it or not. You're not investing in the device and then investing in an atomizer for it. So I can get behind one pod. Now, like I said, my kit did not come with that. It did come with a little silicone band that you can put around this with a lanyard to hang it around your neck. And I did for a little while just because I had it. So, but I'm kind of direct lunging it. And like I said, this coil is just about shot. The juice that I've been running, it's 60-40 blend, so it didn't really like it all that much, but the flavor did come through in the beginning. Now it's kind of watered down, kind of muted, but all right. So that's the Orion Q, or Orion Quest by Lost Vape. Now, what came also with the same win as that was a full line from Flagship Vapors. Their full Urban Legends line. And this stuff, I had to order, I had to get it in 3 because they don't make a 1.5. I usually vape 1.5 milligrams per milliliter on my nicotine. But I didn't want to get 0 because I would just burn through it and not really take time to enjoy it. With 3, I can use it and it'll satisfy the nicotine, and I have to go slow on it or I'll start getting a headache. So 3 it was. And this stuff, it's a 60-40, so it's 60% VG, 40% PG. So it's a little bit thinner than what I normally run. I normally run 70-30. That seems to be, the best mix for me. But this stuff, the flavor is great. Now, there were some in the lineup that I didn't like, but it's not because it was bad. It is because it was flavors that I don't like. One of them is called Bell Witch, and it is a pineapple, mango, and strawberry. And that's exactly what it was. It was great juice. It just did not fit into my box. So, I handed it off to a friend who that is his favorite flavor profile, and he is killing it. And he said it is some of the best PMS flavor he has had. And this flavor, it lasted no time. It's called Nessie, after the Loch Ness Monster, and it is a pastry, coffee, and cream flavor, and it was fantastic. It was you got the hint of like the bread from the pastry, and the coffee stood out for sure, but it wasn't just a black coffee. It had a sweetness and the creaminess of the cream to it. It didn't last very long. It was the first one I put in. Matter of fact, I put it in this initially. It was the first one I used, and it was the first one to go dry. And we're going to talk about this. I hope I pronounced this correct. Akamanto. It's based on another urban legend of a toilet ghost who haunts public and school toilets. Look it up on Google. It's a pretty neat read. But it is a mixed berry, and it's really good. I'm not a berry, in general, I'm not a fruity berry person. But for a breakup from my savory flavors, this stuff is awesome. And there again, I had to get 3 milligram, and it's 60-40 as well. I believe all of them are 60-40. Yeah. So, but if you're looking for a good mixed berry flavor, this stuff is really good. And flavor, I've avoided doing flavor reviews and juice reviews simply because flavor is so subjective. It's very hard to say. It's hard for me to say that this is good juice whenever somebody else probably won't like it, because, and I'm trying to be unbiased. Like I said, I like desserts, I like custards. That's my primary, but I can say that everything in this line has tasted exactly like it was supposed to. Now, was it something that I would use? Not necessarily, but if whatever their flavor profile says it is, you can pretty much bet that's what it is. Now, this is one that I'm working on right now. It's the Chupacabra. And for the life of me, I just forgot what the profile is on it. Let me see. I got a cheat sheet. Chupacabra is a nutty vanilla custard, and there again, it's spot on. You can taste the, I don't know if it's like a walnut, but you taste a nutty to it, and the vanilla and the custard really come through as well. And I stuck it back to save it for towards the end of these bottles. And by the way, this whole Urban Legends line is 9 flavors. So I had to work my way through 9 bottles of juice and taste them and test them and all that. I wouldn't give you false ideas. I wanted to really try them out, and I wanted to run most of them dry before I even thought about putting anything up. The next one in the line, and I'm going to be missing some of these because there's some that I handed off. This is the Grays, after the Gray Aliens. And the Grays is a desserty, nutty tobacco. This was the second bottle to die. I still like tobacco flavors. A good tobacco flavor. There are some really poor tobacco flavors on the market. And what I really look for in a tobacco flavor is the smell of a cigarette before it is lit. Now, you can take just about any of them, other than the really cheap cigarettes. You open that pack, you pull one out, and you can smell that. It's actually has a sweet smell to it. And good tobacco flavors taste like that smell, if that makes sense. Some cheap cigarettes just smell like leaves, and some tobacco is just way too, I don't even know what the word is for it. It's just harsh, and it's got a really hard bite to it. And I like the sweet tobacco flavors. And this one, it was really good. And you see it got caught under the recliner because it stayed on my table beside my chair where I normally sit until it was gone. And let's see, we talked about that one, talked about that one, talked about that one. Let's see. Well, oh, I do have the lanyard. My kit for the Orion came with this little silicone, it's kind of stretchy, it's kind of stiff too, lanyard to hang it around your neck, and it works. And let's see, what's another, I don't know what I've done with all of the bottles on this stuff, but if you have a chance, my whole reasoning behind this, if you have a chance, they're an Oklahoma company based in Oklahoma City. If you run across this stuff and the flavors sound like something you will like, jump on it, because the flavors are very well describing what these taste like. If it says it's coffee, it's going to taste like coffee. If the berry flavor, it's going to taste like berries. Another flavor they had, which kind of fit the theme, but kind of didn't. It had a picture of a leprechaun on it, but it was called Luck, and it was a melon berry punch or something like that. And I don't do melon, but I had to try it. I wasn't gonna pass it off without knowing that I couldn't do it, and it was very good. Another flavor, and I really wanted to try this one, but I could not vape it. They sent me a 6 milligram instead of 3, and like 2 hits in, I was nicked out of my mind. It was, they call it Sasquatch, and it was a cookie. What was Sasquatch? Cookie, caramel, and vanilla, and that is right up my alley. But sadly, I couldn't vape it, and in a 6, since I'm used to 1.5, that's really all I could get out of it was the nicotine taste. I wish I could give you a good review on that one, but I wasn't able to taste it because like I said, 2 draws in, 2 small draws, because I knew it was going to hurt me, and I got a headache, so I didn't try to mess with it anymore. I did try to put it in the pod, but there was just so much nicotine in it, so much more than what I'm used to, that I couldn't. It wasn't going to happen. Let's see what else. Oh, Mothman. I don't have that bottle, but Mothman is a banana nut bread. Now, their banana nut bread has a lot of cinnamon to it. Not a lot. It's well balanced with the banana, but it's more cinnamon than what I liked. But the banana was there, the bread was there, the nuttiness was there. There was just a little bit more cinnamon than what I prefer in a banana nut bread. But it was there. All of the flavors were there, and it was a really good juice. And there was one more. I took one. I dripped it like 2 drops one time, and because I knew it wasn't going to work for me. It's called Yeti, and it is a sweet menthol. Cold sweet menthol is actually the description that they give on their website, and that it tasted like double mint gum. And I knew I had a friend who was really into menthols and stuff, so after I re-wicked because I can't do menthol. Everything tastes like menthol after that. After I decided it wasn't for me, I tasted it. I had to taste it. I handed it on to a friend who she loves it, and because menthol is what she likes, everything iced or cool or all of that, so that was right in her wheelhouse. But all in all, I've been very pleased with this company, and I may seek them out. I don't know if they sell direct. I know there's a couple of shops in the Oklahoma City area, and most of y'all that know me know I'm right here on the border with Oklahoma, so I don't know that I'll make it through OKC, but if I get up that way, I'll probably be hunting me some Nessie or some Mothman, or Chupacabra was really good. Gray's is really good. They were right in my butter zone for what makes me happy in a vape. The only thing it might do a little bit better with a 70-30 blend, but then your flavor tends to kind of start struggling once you get up to the 70% range. So 60-40, it runs well. Let's see, I've got let's see which one's in here. This is which one do I have in here? Oh, I've got Chupacabra in my profile RDA on the G box, running at 50 watts. Cloud protection doesn't really struggle at 60-40. It's still right there in line with my my usual 70-30, and had to get a little bit more of that. But it's good stuff. So if you run across it, if you're up around Oklahoma City, I know there's a couple of shops that the company has pointed out on their website that carry their juices. You get a chance, check them out. And for you pod guys that want something a little more not suppository looking, try the Lost Vape Orion Q. It's a neat little device, and it works pretty good. All right, appreciate it, guys. Y'all let me know what you think. I'm gonna try to get more stuff up. It's just been so crazy here lately, but I appreciate anybody who watches this, especially up to this point, almost 20 minutes in. I know I kind of ramble, but I thank y'all, and let me know what you think, and maybe I can get some more stuff going for you. Appreciate it, guys. Later.